And I think we are live. Yes, we are. So, yeah, hey guys, and welcome back to another live stream. I mean, it's been way too long since I last did one. So, yeah, it's good to be live again. And today we shall be doing a plethora of simulators, actually. So, yeah. So, basically, yesterday, or even today, as you know, the LNER took over from the East Coast Main Line. And so I thought, why not just spend the whole day on, like, train simulators kind of thing. I mean, I've got access to Microsoft Train Simulator, Dovetail Games Train Simulator, Train Sim World. I've got Diesel Railcar Simulator, Tracks, if you guys know that one, the wooden train set builder game. I've then got access to World of Subways Volume 3, the London Underground Simulator, which I did promise I'd do a live stream on that, doing the long way round route. I haven't done that yet, I do apologise. And then also, I've got access to Trainz 2006, if you know that old simulator. That one's not installed, and it'll take about maybe 20 minutes to install that, if I do go for it. But, yeah, like I said, today I just want to hold down train simulator kind of thing. Kind of just sit down, enjoy a bit of a drive, enjoy what we've got. So, if you guys have any, like, requests for routes on any simulator kind of thing, like, throw them in there, and I'll be happy to do it. I mean, I've got a fair number of routes, a fair number of trains. And so, yeah, it should be quite a bit of a fun stream, at least when I hope it to be. I mean, I've got plenty of trains from different countries. I've got like the 2 steam trains here, got the American setup, got the 175, got the 2 Germans there. Oh, I've got the next page, doing 6 pages of trains, got another German, 2 more shunters, 2 more steam trains, 166. If I'm doing a 166, it's going to be on Train Sim World, same as the HST 125. If it comes to the Great Western, I'm only doing that on Train Sim World, since that's so much better than this outdated one. Then got 170, which actually is a little bit of an interesting one to unlock, because you have to do it through the build your own train kind of menu, and use the Academy train for that. So the 170 is in the game by default, you just have to try and find it. 221, 1319 on the Thames Link. Thames Link actually being one of my nicer routes on this game. I got 37, 375, 377, 378. So basically all your Electro Stars, Capital Star in that case. Basically, we've got plenty of British trains up and down the ages. A few more American ones there. We've got 70 as well. Plenty of trains. Again, high-speed train. I'm doing it on Train Sim World if I get requested it. Pump car, a bit of a joke one, released by Dovetail Games. And just basically a generic kind of stuff. So, yeah, let's pick a train. I mean, I don't think I'll get a few viewers for the first couple of minutes. So I'll just pick a route and drive on it. But as we stream on, I think we'll get maybe a few more viewers and people get interested in it and actually join as well. So I'm quite excited for this stream, and I hope you guys are as well. So if we go for the first one, make sure you guys actually hear me first. Yep, that's fine. Let's get started. So if I take the... You know what? I said Thames Link. Let's go for Thames Link. We'll go for an 8-car train. First Capital Connect. We will confirm that. It will be the South London Thames Link. And let's go from... Whoops. What have I done? Whoops. Did not want to do that. Oh gosh. What have I done? Hope that's not going to kill the simulator, as sometimes tabbing out can cause the game to crash. So our destination shall be Luton. Yeah, let's go for Luton. Luton Airport Parkway. That shall do. And we shall start our journey today. Got Radler, Elshie Wood, Mill Hill, Cricklewood, West Hampstead. We could start it from West Hampstead. Trains do start here and end here as well. We've got Moorgate as well. Ooh, Moorgate would be interesting as well. You know what? Go from Moorgate to Luton Airport Parkway. That'll do me. Start that. And let's see what stops to get along the way. So, how you guys doing? Actually watching stream as well. We've got a few people watching right now. Welcome to stream, you guys. How are you all doing? Alright, let's take a few moments to load. There you go, screen's frozen. That means it's now ready to go. Let's just drop us in the tracks at Moorgate. Moorgate, incidentally, actually not being a Thameslink station anymore. Basically, in recent years, the Thameslink routes have basically been like reworked, redone, replanned, and so there are now a few stations which no longer get served by this line. So I'll point them out as we drive along. Moorgate, like I said, being the first ones that are now disconnected from the lines. I think the tracks at this point actually now have been raised and therefore just not served by line at all in any form anymore. Not gonna lie, this is actually taking a little longer to load than I thought it would. At least being a bit slower than it normally is. Fingers crossed though, not too much longer. Man, I know Train Simulator sometimes has a bit of a loading issue, but this one's definitely been dragged out. Ah, boy. We'll get there in a moment. So how are your weekend been, guys? All good? All positive? Welcome to stream, Noble Deluxe Gamer. How you doing? Did your message not appear on screen? Obviously not. Make sure this is all connected properly. If my chat box isn't working, then I shall look into it later. Anyways, yeah. Oof. There we go. Finally it's loaded. Watch it just crack the SD disable, that's fine. I'm just glad it's been blimming loaded in the end. And of course it's night time. Do I want it nighttime or daytime? I probably prefer it daytime. I mean, it's actually a very dark station. This is actually a siding as opposed to a station. No, I'm sure, because London Underground serves it as well. So I'm not quite sure why there's no lights at all in here. But nevertheless, we shall start our journey. So, all forwards. Brakes released. And yeah, let's go. So, we're leaving Moorgate. The unlit Moorgate for some reason. And we'll carry on, start our journey. Achievements unlocked. London to Bedford uphill gradients. Fair enough. A little fast as well, so I shall slow us down a tiny bit. Because we're coming up to Barbican now anyway, so whoops. Yeah, gotta remember these old trains that once hit the emergency brakes, the train needs to come to a halt before it starts up again. Alright, let's do that again, shall we? And looking to Barbican, it looks like there may actually be a light in this station, and therefore it's not pitch black for our arrival. I mean, I'm guessing it is the fact that maybe the station, this game is like unused by Thameslink anymore, and therefore it's literally just like a siding now or something, just everything turned off. No services going to it anymore. But yeah, we'll carry on. And there we go. Welcome to Barbican. It is night time, like I said, but shouldn't be too bad. Now bring the train to the end of the platform, and then bring it to a halt. It's probably going to be a few moments late, but I can't complain really, can't I? A little more to go. And there we go. Stop it now. That'll do. And passengers can now board and deboard. So yeah, this is the old train that used to run the line, the 313. No, it's not. 318. 319 even. But yeah, this was recently replaced by the Class 700s. It was mid last year. These trains were replaced by the 700s that now run up and down the line from Bedford to benefit to anywhere really. I mean, the Thameslink itself is a massive, massive network, spans across everywhere. So yeah, that's definitely been growing in recent times. And yeah, Thameslink, I think, yeah, as I say, Thameslink in recent times has really seen itself expand as a service. I mean, it's growing basically to anywhere from everywhere. It's had new lines built specifically for it. And if you think maybe, what, 2 years ago? Like, no one heard of it kind of thing. No one used it. It was just a service in London that you could use from A to B, but it didn't really get you anywhere that was useful. So no, it's nice to see the line actually get some service now, some growth. And hopefully something that will stay in the long run. Right, so it's quite a slow bit of track this. Why it's so slow, I don't actually know. I mean, I know in the real world it's actually sped up a little bit more now. But yeah, coming to Farringdon Station now. Ah, no, that's why. Okay, basically we're on like the side track right now. This track, no longer in service. All trains coming through this side now. Because Barbican, where we left, is also a disused station on the Thameslink. So you have your London Underground tracks here, which get your usual service. And you got this track down here, which is also in service. But yeah, the entire area is really actually just completely different now. The whole track layout's completely redone. And yeah, after this, our next station will be at St Pancras. So we'll come to a halt at the end of the platform in just a couple of moments. Just a very slow entry. Okay, maybe I've shot a tiny bit, but that's fine. And passengers can now change. I mean, I've never been on the 319. At least I don't think I've been on 319. There might be like a time maybe many years ago I have done. But yes, it would have been a long time since I last properly went on it. Let's go for a passenger view as well. There we go. EngineDrive.com. Hashtag we are rail fans. Go get your advertising in there somehow, Dovetail Games. But yeah, these trains are definitely an old one on the UK rail network. And a similar age to the Class 313 on Great Northern, also owned by Drawyah, as is Thameslink. And yeah, actually I think this train's slightly newer. Yeah, this train's definitely newer than the Thameslink train. Sorry, the 313, the Great Northern train. But even the 313 will now be replaced later next year by Class 717s. So they're to come very soon. In fact, November this year, they are set to take over the train lines. So we'll carry on our London Underground area, basically. We'll soon pass King's Cross Thameslink, which is an abandoned station is set to track. I'll go through that one as well. So basically, King's Cross used to have a station just slightly south of the current station underneath St Pancras. Basically, at a time where King's Cross Station was first being built by the Metropolitan Districts Railway, basically they built a train station underground, a bit further away from the main central area, the main terminus stations, and it'll serve by both the Metropolitan line trains now on the Circle line, and the trains coming on here on the Thameslink track. So yeah, they served for a couple of years. Then in the 1960s, probably something better than that actually. I don't exactly know the date, but at that time, basically the line was moved. The train station itself was moved towards the St Pancras, but Thameslink carried on staying here, and that was up until 2007, July 2007, when the trains chose to finally move into St Pancras. So this is an abandoned station, and you can still see it to this day. When you do take a Thameslink train, because they're not going to cover up or anything, the station will just stay there basically forever. I mean, the Metropolitan line trains are right next door, and there are abandoned platforms here as well. But when they moved this train, or at least this station, up to St Pancras, and now have your King's Cross St Pancras station, they basically built a brick wall just to hide the other track from other people. So it's still there, it's just behind a brick wall. And there is also an opening as well. So there is like a bridge where if you are tall enough or have like a camera or something, you can actually peer down into the old station and see inside of it. So around this turn, we are entering the new St. Pancras station, the main one underground. And this is a station I have used a fair number of times, especially when heading up to Boreham Woods. Any train defects reported to Caldwell Depot. Well, I want to have a look at that destination board actually, see if it's like in any way, shape or form dynamic. Probably isn't, but it'd be quite cool if it were. Alright, bring it to the end of the platform now. And full service. Perfect. So, 4 train will make the platform this time. The Class 700 actually being a slightly longer train. And actually uses the entire length of the platform, especially on the 12 car trains. But, yeah, St. Pancras Station, the one that I do have used a fair bit. Right, this is train to Bedford, expected 12:36. Yeah, any trains to Bedford here, calling it St. Albans. That probably means I'm going to miss my area. I'll be taking this train, the 12:36 to Bedford, stopping at Cricklewood, Hendon, Mill Hill Broadway, and then it's not stopping at West Hampstead. That's actually quite. Oh no, right, it might be text beforehand. Okay, but yeah, after Mill Hill Broadway, it is then Boreham Wood, Elstree and Boreham Wood. This area here has now got a new like waiting room and like room, basically just this bit's now filled in. And then of course you go up here, make a left turn, you walk into like this area, take an elevator up, and then this is actually inaccurate, at least the positioning is of it. If I was really that into it, I would, I realise I'm speeding as well, probably should start about slowing down. We're going on an uphill stretch, so actually it's not too bad. But yeah, hang on, so you come up here, take the elevator up, you walk across. You'll be in line with these elevators when you go up. That is a subscriber. Ah, boy, I should not have tabbed out. Thank you, Alex Sinclair, for subscribing. For some reason, my chat is still busted. Continue. Surprised I didn't crash. Anyways, yeah, so you come up here. Let's put some power into trains and come slowing down. And then in reality, you'd actually end up over... Where are we? So this is the... yeah, we need to be on downstairs. Past the piano, at the end of the platform. Right, so here... what's happened? Ah, okay. Train simulator crashed. As it does. Basically, there you go, it's gone now. That there is where the entrance to the actual train station is for the Thameslink. Right, so that has crashed. So let's go for a different simulator right now. So I think I will go for... Let's go for World of Subways. I love it, World of Subways. Probably my all-time... Whoops, that's what warships I've just loaded. Bear with me 2 seconds. I do apologise for the slight gap, I guess. I did not expect Train Simulator to crash all of a sudden. So if I scroll down to World of Subways Volume 3... Let's go for this one. World of Subways never fails me. Never has, never will. So we'll let that load. Program window. We want activation check failed. Ooh, hang on. I've got a CD somewhere. What's it? Aerosoft launcher. Let's have a look at what's up with that one. World of Subways Volume 3 being a game I got. Gosh, it was like Christmas 3-4 years ago. There goes. Load the Aerosoft launcher. And then we'll just make sure the activation of it is all sorted. Worst case scenario, I'll just have to run the activation again. Right, check for product updates. There won't be any updates. Activates. Online activation, that's my key. Ooh, right, it's an offline activation. Not gonna lie, I have never seen this issue before. Let me just open my actual case up. Right, that's that. Oh, 6. That's an 8, not a 7. Right, so you're an 8. 5, 5. That's fine. 7. That's fine. Right, try that again, shall we? On activation, fingers crossed. Activation key is registered on your system. Perfect. So, Water Subways 3 should now load. There we go. That's what I like to see. So, go through the main start bit. And then set gameplay to WAS 3. Right, hopefully you guys will actually have some thing to look at it right now. Yeah, that's better. Let's go to settings, make sure my screen resolution matches the stream. I think it actually does already. Cool. So, new game. We'll do a schedule. Mansion House of Paddington. Might as well. It's a nice little length for that. There we go. Let's get started. So, you guys watching stream, how are you all doing? Hopefully you're all good. There we go. Love it, Water Subways. This game never fails me. So if we run to the back of the train, we'll set up the rear. And then we'll get ourselves ready to depart. So we are at Mansion House on the buffer terminating platform here. I'm just trying to get past the barrier as we can. Have a quick closer look at the buffer here. It's a massive, massive system, this. Whoops. And then that just stops our train from crashing into the end. We've managed to get ourselves trapped in a train. And going all the way to the other end of the platform, which is completely counter-interactive with what I was hoping to do. There we go. Right, so I need tail lights, destination, which will be Circle Line. So, over to this side, tail light 1, tail light 2, and destination lights. Set you to Circle Line, not via Broadgate for this time. There we go. That's the rear train sorted. Make sure it's all fine. So yeah, Circle Line set, 2 tail lights, are all good. Head to the front of the train. So, Water Subways, for those of you who don't know, there's a bit of a gap there. Well, yeah, almost definitely the gap was hard to mine between train and platform. There's no rubbery thing between the carriages. I've actually never noticed that before. So, Water Subways is a game I did on this channel, man, ages ago. I think it was like the first train simulator I did on this channel back in last year. And so, it is my all-time favourite train simulator. I mean, I'm on the wrong bit of the platform there. This game really is like, if you want a London Underground simulator, this is as good as it gets. I mean, the trains are really well done. The physics are like optimal. The only downside are that all the trains in this game no longer exist. The C stock was taken out of service and retired or scrapped in 2015. The D stock you see sometimes as AI on the Districts line routes were taken out of service in 2017. So yeah, taken out last year, and they are no longer on active service. They're again all retired. So we'll do a brake test in a moment. Make sure lights are all set. Destination sets to circle. And turn train on. We'll set up our route from program. We are the outer rail from Mansion House. Just passed it. Did we? I don't know. Mansion House, there we go. To Paddington Circle. So we'll go down to Paddington, Hammersmith and City. Nope, on the other one. Paddington, Paddington, where are you? There we go, Paddington Circle. Enter, enter. That will now talk when we do open the passenger doors, which we'll actually do right now. So doors open. And then passengers may now board the train when they do arrive, although bear in mind we're stuck here for a couple of minutes. Don't expect anyone too soon. So let's just double check the station mods up. We leave in 2 minutes. There's plenty of time for me to do a quick brake check. So put some pressure into the system. And then once that light turns green, we do manage the brakes and make sure that's all up to scratch. Right, ready to be tested. Brakes discharged. And there we go. I can now recharge. But yeah, absolutely love this game. When it comes to the London Underground, if it gave us the S stock, I mean, I remember back when this game was still like current, still being developed. Yeah, bit of a shame that when they released What Subways Volume 4, which they first said would be Paris, then they went on to do the New York one again, but in the old 80s style. So yeah, now we're just left with the What Subways Volume 3, which I think, in my opinion, and actually is agreed with by a lot of people, is the best simulator they've ever done when it comes to trains and What Subways. Volume 3 is like the peak of their developments. So we leave in 20 seconds. And it's 10 miles per hour until we're outside the station. Let's double check everything, that's all sorted. Cool. So now the train's ready to depart. Please stand clear of the doors. And yeah, let's close them. And power goes in. So we leave the station. We got up to 35 miles per hour on the speed limit. Once the train is all off the points. I'm now trying to think though, is it this station, next station, which is closed? I believe so. So if we hit the close station button. Now bring it up to 35 miles per hour. I'm quite sure it's one after Mansion House that is closed in this game. It's either the one after it or the one before it. I think, yeah, this is the one. Yep, that's fine. So, station's closed. We now come through it. So, at this point, Blackfriars even, was being closed just to basically be rebuilt or renovation. Station's basically like completely redone. I mean, now it looks absolutely fantastic. But when this game was done, it was closed down. And so, try and fit in with like the actual time period, I guess. If that's even the right word. And yeah, the station is closed. And is forever closed. But it seems you have actually got used to that button, which is always a nice like extra for this simulator and any simulator in general. So we get past that sign, go up to 35 miles per hour again. You can see where the contact points for the electrics also changes to the left hand side, as this uses the 4 system on London Underground to generate electricity. Alright, so we can now come up to speed again and get towards our next station. And there we go. Start slowing down. Oh yeah, it's also got a lot of the reflection in this game as well. As you can see on the door there in the middle, the lights reflecting along the window. And there we go. That'll do. Open doors. So we leave at 6 past. Whoops, didn't want to open that one. 6 past, so we leave in a couple of moments. Don't expect too many passengers, especially towards the front. And then we get to probably... Well, I should actually go to Edgware on this route, so front of carriage train shall be fairly empty. I mean, this game was built at a time where CPUs and processors weren't quite at its highest. This was like a 2011 release, something like, probably a bit older than that, but yeah, it's a slightly older release. CPUs were just like under where they are nowadays, so like passenger numbers and that kind of stuff aren't set too high. Nowadays, if you set it, you can have a lot more passengers, I can tell you, because when it comes to actually like rendering and stuff like this simulator is really well optimized, probably the best optimized one out there. I mean, Dovetail Games' Train Sim World, yes, it's getting better, but the reason they turned off the animated like the cars and the people walking around kind of stuff, the like life outside the train, was just because of the fact that it apparently lags too much. I mean, something I didn't personally suffer too much of, but yeah, unfortunately, the simulator does feel a little dead at times. It's a shame. It is a shame. So I do stand by the facts when I say Train Sim World is... Sorry, World Subways is my all-time favourite train simulator, because it is. It's just done everything right. It's a very nicely put together sim, and I have no complaints for it. Likewise, must also point out, automatic announcements, something that this game also has got right. There are no announcements in Train Sim Worlds, because they just didn't actually do them. But yeah, Train Sim World Subways has got the fully working automatic announcements, and they're great. They are all great. All those keys do work, all those buttons do work. It's a very nice done sim, this. Alright, so we'll be here for a couple of moments. And I've opened the front door again. Let's go through the rear door this time. I mean, there'll be no one here. In fact, if you actually have a look at the map, two things of note that I've never seen before. The fact that it marks out Crossrail on the map, something that didn't happen from the game's release for another like 5 years minimum. Actually, no, it's like 7 years. And then down below as well, you have your Thameslink marked out as well. So I mentioned earlier that there was these Thameslink... Yeah, I hate this game, guy's head keeps moving around. But I mentioned earlier that Thameslink, at the time, used to go to Farringdon, Euston Square, all that kind of stuff. Not anymore, it doesn't. Like, a lot of these stations it doesn't go to anymore, but that line goes across the middle. At the bottom, that is Thameslink. The bit of track that randomly comes off the bottom there, and is basically not a part of any London Underground map. I don't think it appears on the map though, at least not in this variation. But for a while, Thameslink did also appear on the London Underground maps. Right, so we head back to our train now. Let's get out of here. Oh yes, and actually, worth pointing out that that train there is the D-Stock I was talking about. It's the trains that was retired last year. No one on the line. They're actually a fairly new train. They were like introduced in the 1980s and built for single doors, but at the end of the day, they sometimes were a bit of a hassle during rush hour, since the single doors just slowed down passengers boarding and deboarding. And yeah, at the end of the day, if the whole line's going to be like introduced with S-Stocks, then it'd just be easier to bring S-Stocks onto the district line as well, just to keep the thing uniform, get the whole system uniform. Right, so start slowing down for Westminster, a station that has recently been completely redone. I think it opens just before this game like properly released, so one of those that is now completely different to how it used to look. We'll be honest though, the one thing this game didn't do so well are camera modes. From the actual game, you only get the driver first person view. There's no third person cam, which is a bit of a shame, as it's the only thing this game's really missing at the moment, and will always miss. How am I even here for? Because I know I spent a bit too much time in the previous station. We depart a minute ago. Okay, in that case, I'll go. Right, so we shall continue our route. We have the flange sound there going on. This train squeals through the tunnels of London. And then we'll soon start to slow down, ready for the station. Welcome to the stream, Lame Kids UK. How you doing? How are you doing, ma'am? I'll start slowing down for the station as well. That's fine. Doors open. Let's have a look out the back. Is this game smooth on laptop? Honest answer, I don't know. I've never run Trainz whatsoever on a laptop, so it's not a game I would know, unfortunately. I do apologise. Now, what is going on here? This is my secret corridor I've never noticed before. St. James's Park, at the end of the platform, there's this little door. I have never been here before, but you can walk through the door, and it shows you the desert that is London. I have never seen that before. I don't think anyone has seen this before. That is definitely a glitch. Quite a funny one, I have to say. Anyways, let's get back to our train. Yeah, I bet that door's sealed off. Yeah, you can't even get near it. But that one's open for some reason. Alright, sit down, close the doors, and let's get going. Because again, we are now a couple minutes late. Thanks to my random lollygagging around the stations. But yeah, that door at St. James's Park, I'm going to have to revisit it at some point. That's actually quite funny. So we'll now continue our journey. And I'm going to quickly put my CD back into its shelf. There we go. Let me grab a copy of the London Underground map as well. Worth getting that open for the Circle Line. So for those who are interested, I've been doing the Jeff Marshall Tube Map Challenge this year. Something I thought I'd have a bit of fun with. So coming out to the 6-month mark now, 1st of July, being the like midway of the year. I'll put a post on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, just talking about where I've been so far and whatnot, because it'd be quite interesting, especially see what others have been doing as well. So I've missed out what station this was. Victoria, that's fine. Yeah, the London one I do personally quite like. Hot Subways Volume 3. Again, my all-time favourite train simulator. It's one that I can't recommend highly enough because it really is just a fantastic simulator. The only downside is that these trains, like I said, are outdated. There's no more C stock. There's no more D stock. Yes, I still have Microsoft Train Simulator I've got that one on CD, sitting on my shelf right now. It is installed. If you want, we'll do a few more stops on this, and we'll actually go play some Microsoft Train Simulator. It's a sim I've had a little bit of experience in, just like messing around trying to get it to work in recent times. But my word, is that simulator both outdated, but also fantastic. I mean, that simulator released at a time where like you had a lot of content on this kind of thing. What you got from day one is something you're expected to keep for a long time. So it's one I do have a bit of fun with. Anyways, let's carry on our journey. So we've just left Victoria. Next station is Sloane Square. Sloane Square, South Kensington, Gloucester Road. The little bridge up there, little grey one, actually being a river. I've forgotten the river name, but basically, when actually I think it was the river. And it was what the Jubilee line was meant to be called, the Fleets, the River Fleets. But yeah, basically, it was a long lost river, underground for most of the time, because when London was expanding, that river just kind of got covered up completely. And then all these years later, when the London Underground was being built, they kind of just discovered lots of water coming out the wall, and it turned out it was the River Fleet, which is well, yeah, like a historical river. Is it multiplayer? This is not multiplayer, no. And Microsoft Train Simulator is also not multiplayer. There is no multiplayer train simulator out there, at least none that I can name. So no multiplayer on this one. You also could see my on-screen chats also working again. And there was a little glitch of that a moment ago where it wasn't appear on screen. So South Kensington next, then Gloucester Road before we start our northerly heading on the London Underground. If you have the Underground map on you, then or if you just Google it, then you can see exactly where I am when I am on the map. Although not exactly where I am, because at the end of the day, the London Underground map is not geographically accurate. None of the lines are anywhere near where they would be on a real-world map. For example, if you look at the south, have a look at the positions of Wimbledon and what was it, Wimbledon and South Wimbledon on the London Underground map. On the Districts line and Northern line, they are nowhere near each other where they would be. Right, so 30 miles per hour in. And there we go, High Street Kensington. The Piccadilly line elevators being in that little bit of like a slope building there. That's the elevators for the Piccadilly line. And then here we are during the Circle line platform for it. So open doors. And I'm trying to think, is it here? Or which one is it? I know we're a few moments late, because we're very tight on schedule. But was it High Street Kensington? No, was it High Street Kensington which has the abandoned platforms? Oh no, it is South Kensington. So if you look over there, that platform, no longer in use. It used to have trains, but it's now just completely abandoned. Not a very long one either. And now they just like put plants and artwork on it. This side, I think, is also the same. There is a platform there, but this one's not. Yeah, the platform doesn't even exist here anymore. The platform's completely been taken down, which means there's only two left. And over here, again, a quick bit of run. This here is a D-stock train, used on the Districts line. You can tell by the single doors, and the fact it's a bit more angular in design, a bit taller. But yeah, this train again no longer exists in the UK and has been. Actually, no, it exists now in the UK as part of the D train, which is set to replace the Pacer in places like Manchester and Liverpool. But that shall be something long term. When I'm playing Microsoft Train Simulator, I shall play it when I finish this route. So I'll get to Paddington, which is about 3 stops time. And then we'll go over to Microsoft Train Simulator next. So just leaving South Kensington now. We've got Gloucester Road, High Street Kensington, Notting Hill Gate, Bayswater, and then Paddington. So 5 stops. And then we'll go to Microsoft Train Simulator. And that shouldn't take too long. Alright, so in we go for Gloucester Road. I'm expecting my driver rating, by the way, to be terrible in this. We're not following the timetable, we're very late. I've been speeding. I've been braking excessively. My driver rating is going to be terrible. I also like that little mirror as well. Like, fully dynamic to where you're standing. And where every train is moving. So if I can get out of here. No, I can't. Whatever. Yeah, I drive. The mirror should move with me as well. Which is quite cool. This game knows how to run single-only operation. Can you do the NS train or USA train? Sure, I'll do that. NS, what do you mean by NS? North Star? North Star, is that what you're trying to say? North Star train, I think that's the train on there. North Star USA, yeah, we'll do that. We'll do any of them. Pick your favourite and I'll do it. So, now in the slow bit of Gloucester Station, as the districts line now splits off to the sides. And therefore, there you go, last bit of a districts line crossover. And then once we're in the tunnels, when we pass the next station, things should start to speed up again. Norfolk Southern. Cool, we'll do that. Assuming it has it, of course. We'll see what routes. I know it has the Northeast Corridor, but I'll check first the Norfolk Southern. So next station should be High Street, Kensington. Yeah, I've never been to the US myself. I want to, but it's not a country I've ever been to myself personally. And there we go. And halt. Can't stay for too long, unfortunately, since we are late. 2 minutes late to be exact. Oh no, I'm 2 minutes early. Shoot, okay. Right, we'll stay on next station for a little bit longer then, okay. Thank you for subscribing, whoever that was. I'll have to wait for your name to appear on the stream itself, because I'm too scared to tab out, which will almost definitely cause Simulator to crash. Thank you for following on Twitch. Craigie08, much appreciated. How are you doing, man, as well? Welcome to the stream. In fact, have you been talking and I can't see you because my chat's been a bit of a funny mess at the moment. I'm gonna have to double check. Doesn't appear to have chat, so yeah, how you doing, Craigie? Welcome to the stream. Now, fun facts about Notting Hill Gate Station. They built it the wrong way around, the developers. Also, the platforms are not long enough. They completely messed up Notting Hill Gate Station. I think while I'm here, I shall walk around a little bit. We've got 2 minutes to wait. 26, about 3 minutes. So, yeah, first things first. They've built it the wrong way around. I don't know how they could mess it up that badly. But, yeah. It is a bit of a shame. Or is it? I'm trying to think now, actually. Have they switched it around? I'm now having to genuinely think. It's been a little while since I last came to Notting Hill Gate. But... something feels different. I'm sure it's still the wrong way around, but something feels ever so slightly different, and I can't put my finger on it. But, yeah, I'm still fairly sure this is the wrong way around. I will have to double check on the map quickly. Just kind of like confirm it. Let me quickly search on my phone, because this is going to bug me now for the rest of it. How many stops left? Sure, feel free to add me on Steam. Links to that is in the description. I am 2 stops away from the end of this route. 2 stops. So, Notting Hill Gate Station. Am I going mad here? So that's looking that way. Right, where is this train going to? I can't tell. That's really annoying. I'm actually going to go mad in a moment. Right, train going to Edgware. Comes out of the that's the road train though, so you're going to Edge. Wow. Okay, I'm going completely mad now. I do apologise. I'll have a look a bit later. Anyways, another 30 seconds till departure. Thank you for subscribing, Craigie. Much appreciated. Right, so we'll depart in a few seconds. And what do you say, sorry, on Twitch? Can't wait for... Ah, right, can't wait for Trainz to come on the PS4. Yeah, Trainz on the PlayStation 4. I don't personally own that console, so that news doesn't really affect me in any way, shape or form. But yeah, here's an interesting change for it to finally come out on the new systems. Cool, so we're now ready to depart. Let's get going. What's my Steam name? It's Drawyah. D-R-A-W-Y-A-H channel name. If you literally go to the channel's description, you'll see a link to my Steam in there. Right, so now that we know we're on time, we're going to have to rush these last 2 stations. So, next stop is Bayswater, and then we're at Paddington where the train terminates, at least in my case it does. And I am sure Notting Hill Gate is in the wrong way around. Whenever I go to watch Chelsea play, I have to take it from here to Wimbledon. And Southbound does take it through the open area. So, yeah, I am right. The station is the wrong way around. It's just I've not been there in a couple of months, and therefore I've not... Well, not a couple of months. Last time I went there was December. Actually, yeah, it has been a couple of months, fair enough. But, yeah, I am just going mad. Right, Bayswater. Start coming to a halt. There we go. And open. Do I have any multiplayer games? Yes, I do. What games in particular do you want in like multiplayer? I mean, I've got Trainz. I mean, I've got like Armour 3. That's the game I enjoy playing. That's multiplayer. I mean, I have Euro Trucks MP. I guess that's multiplayer as well. But what game in particular are you looking for when I come to multiplayer games? Right, so next stop is the last one, and then like I said, we'll go to play a bit of Microsoft Train Simulator, the original Train Simulator, the OG. I do not have Bus Simulator 18, and I do not have Wreckfest, and I do not have American Truck Simulator either. Those are 3 games I do not own. Bus Simulator 18 is one that's it's a little 50-50. I'm not sure if that's one that interests me or not. Since the graphics, they could do a lot more with the Unreal Engine. It's actually quite disappointing, the graphics. Wreckfest, I do not own. Oops, going to miss the end of the platform there. Wreckfest, I do not own. Alright, 79%. The party schedule is not kept. Not a cost off the platform. Announcement is not correct. Speed limits are exceeded. Fair enough, so I'll accept that. Yeah, ATS is not that interesting me too much either. Wrecking Light. Flashing Light, sorry. It's one that I'm looking at. I had a discount code for it as well back before it released, but I don't know why I didn't go for it. I have both trucks. Yeah, I've got Euro trucks, obviously. But, yeah. Right, let's go to Microsoft Train Simulator. We load that one up. So it is you. Gosh, will it even run? Play Train Simulator. The answer is... Let's quickly determine my monitor resolution. Gosh, this ring really is taking the toll. There we go. ACS, what a company. Right, so that'll load. Let's now change my gameplay source to Train.exe. Right, can you guys see this? Once it loads, of course. If it loads. Man, this game can take a bit of time to set up, but once it works, it does work. Please don't fail. There we go. Right, can you guys see this? I hope you can. Right, drive a train. So we have the Hisartu line, Innsbruck to St. Anton. Black screen. Okay, that's a problem. Alright, let's see if I can try and get this to work. Because this game is running on ancient technology. I'd be quite surprised if it did work. It's not the way I want to do it, but, Alright, it's going to be a bit risky for me. But if I go for window capture... In fact, I've already gone as default. I should have at least already. That's not worked either. There we go. Right, you can see my screen now. I hope you can see this. Right. So you guys can see my desktop now. And you guys should hopefully be able to see the in-game window. There you are. So, it's a bit small. Okay, this one's going to be a little bit of a fun one to get working. Not on Twitch, Craigie. Thanks for the update. Desktop, gameplay. Right, okay, that's why you can see the screen. If I go for a window capture. Train. No, I don't want window. I want display capture. I do apologise. Display capture. Display capture 2. That is fine. And now I need to just drag it like that. And hope you guys can actually see the screen. Right, how's it looking now? I mean, I didn't anticipate this to break so much. Microsoft Train Sim works on Windows 10. Yes, it does. It took a lot of working, but it does. Is this better? That is not perfect, but it's as good as we're going to get. So, we've got Northeast Corridor, which is the only US route on here. You've got Seattle to Carlisle, we've got Tokyo to Hakone, Innsbruck, St. Anton, Hiatsu's line. So, I said the US, we're going for the US. We'll go on the Acela Express. Baltimore's New Carrollton. Right, we'll get started on that. And the chat's a bit messed up as well. It's gone behind the game screen, but that doesn't matter too much. Actually, it is possible to fix that. Let me just mess around with that now quickly. So you can go backwards behind everything. There we go. Right, so we'll get this to load. And there we are. Welcome to Microsoft Train Simulator. The original blimming Train Simulator. This is, gosh, look at the interior modelling. So this game was built by Kuju Sim, who remembers them, who are basically the company that eventually got bought out by Dovetail Games after like 3 or 4 companies in between. So train brakes released. Reverse to forward. Throttle up. And there we go. We are moving. Man, this is a sim from a bygone age. I don't even know if you can actually see the full screen or not. Oh, has it actually kind of reconfigured itself? Let me have a look. This is going to be a very, very messy setup. I again apologise for it. But if you guys see the full screen now, then that is better for me. Right, so carry on. What buttons am I using to drive? It's the exact same key settings as the Train Sim World Dovetail games. Exactly the same. Right, it's a bit messy, the screen, but you can see exactly what's going on now. Minus whatever that is on the top left corner, the massive black box. That, unfortunately, is here to stay. I can't remove it. But, yeah. It works, I guess. It's very messy. Whoops. I'm not sure what that means, but, yeah, it's a very messy setup. If I had a bit more time, I could probably get it all to work as it should. If I ever did like a standard sit-down Microsoft Train Simulator stream, then I probably would spend a bit of time sorting it out. You want to see a crash? How would I crash? I'm not sure if that is even... I know it's possible to crash on Microsoft Train Simulator, but how I'd achieve that, I'm not quite sure. Here on the passenger cab. Man, this is so old, it's unbelievable. But I love it. The original Microsoft Train Simulator. It's the first Train Simulator I ever owned. And yeah, I'm quite glad that I have a copy of it again. Oh yeah, I'm already at full... There you go. Now over speeding around the corner. But whether or not the physics are good enough to have like a derail, I don't know. So we'll leave it at full throttle. And we'll let the train carry on its journey. Man, this is definitely technology from bygone age. The fact that you couldn't even get a texture on the full screen, had to break it down into different sections because the file size would be too big to run in your system. Yeah, so derailing is obviously not going to happen. If we can go 138, 144 now on a super tight corner. But, yeah, let's go for the, there we go. Just the quick transitions between each of these views because we're going so fast on this track. I believe they have AI, but I just don't know how much, because this, again, is the simulator from the early 2000s. No system spec would have been, like, up to properly run it kind of thing. This is definitely something that's, ancient. Going 160 now. There's no free cam, must point that out. I don't think there is. I've got the wipers, though, going somehow. I'm not even sure that is on top as well either. Something. That's Bell. I'm doing something. Yeah, maybe not just try not to tempt my fate here. I'm not sure what that is on top of the screen, but it obviously ain't going away. Saved automatically. We live again? I'm not quite sure why the stream just cut off there for momentarily. Yeah, we cut off momentarily. I do apologise for that, but we are back on now. Key for Horn. I have no clue. That's the bell. I can just press the button. Can't I for horn? Headlights, train brake, throttle, pantograph. Where is the button for the horn? There we go. And that is the horn for Dovetail Express. At least it isn't back in the Microsoft Trainz Simulator days, back when they had limited sound files and whatnot. So something's coming up. Looking at the track monitor here, the signals do change colour. You need to be careful about that. I mean, we're going way above the speed limit here, 135. I'm still not quite sure what that UI whoa! Sheesh, okay. Down to 45 speed limit now, apparently. Yeah, this game definitely does not have any, like, physics behind it. How do you see the AI trains? You don't. They just appear randomly. If there are any, of course. Again, I don't know if there are. At the end of the day, this is an old Train Simulator, 2001 it released. There really weren't that much to work with at the time. This was the proper original Train Simulator for a Windows system. Like, textures here just seem to have completely changed. It's like, there's a lot of this. And I guess is missing, as you'd expect to see in a Train Simulator of these days. I mean, compared to Train Sim World now, which we'll do next, probably on Northeast Corridor, since that's what we're doing right now, it's like, there is so much missing here, because that's what technology was back then. Train Sim Worlds these days, like, that's really kind of showing, like, what things can look like, how things can run, kind of, in the modern day. Yeah, that bell is annoying now. Let's turn that off. There we go, much better. Right, so we are down to 129 miles per hour, and supposedly coming up to a points now. The speed is down to 45, so I will slow train down now. I mean, you never know. Possibly a station coming up as well. Man, the sound of these air-powered brakes. When we go to the next map, not sure. When we finish the routes, at the end of the day. When we finish the route, we will. I mean, obviously we've had to slow down here for a reason. What that reason is exactly, I do not know. And there we go, our Accelerator Express on the Amtrak. This game was released back when the Accelerator Express was new. Back when it was like within its first couple of months, first year or so on actual like service. This game is, gosh, it's dated. I mean, the interior kind of just shows you how much, like, they put both so much and so little time into it, just so you can kind of basically get an idea of what the interior is meant to look like, without actually, like, fully killing your system by over-modelling it. We'll do the Marius Pass. Sure, we'll do that one next. Not quite sure what that sound is, but it's obviously something. Put a bit of throttle in. Don't get us to high speed again. 125 is the speed limit here. And yeah, unfortunately I'm still not quite sure what the black box is on the screen. But that's something I unfortunately can't get rid of. That's just stuck here. I mean, unless it's like a bit of display capture or something. Whatever that is. Right, okay. Let's see if that works. Yep, that's done it. Perfect. So I'm just looking at it on the stream screen now. Just so small the screen is. Right, throttle, bring that into 0. And let train coast for a little bit on the power here. So yeah, we are passing this point what obviously looks like a bit of a old depot. Not cargo depot or something. And as for our next station, I genuinely don't know where it is. If we go through one, of course. Thinking we may switch to Maris Pass. We'll see how it goes. Is that a train? Don't think so. Nah, it's just some board at the side of the track. There goes the box, signal box there. Yeah, so we were on the middle track for a while. Straight means the through track. We are now down to a double lane. and therefore things may be a little bit different for the upcoming bits. We bring the throttle back up now, to get a bit more speed on the track. Otherwise, some sort of construction site going on there. Man, I'll be honest, there is no way I could be a train driver in the US. It's just so long, so mundane. In the UK, at least we're making a stop maybe every like half an hour. Not in the US, you could be travelling at full speed for about 5 or 6 hours, and you have to be aware, as you never know what could be crossing your path. Maybe like a truck caught in a signal box, like deer on the track kind of thing. There is so much that you could be crashing into. You have to be alert for all 6 hours of full throttle driving. Yeah, there's no way I could be a train driver in the US. Sorry guys, but if I were a train driver, it has to be the UK for me. Man, I like how the random bit of the UI at the top there as well actually changes depending on your camera view, not the train position. Weird. So, throttle down to 0 again. As we go way too fast around this fairly sharp corner. Again, our train probably should have derailed there, but this game doesn't understand how physics works. And that is the station. In fact, that's the terminus station. It's gonna be exciting. And bang. Nope, we have crashed. At least something may just happened, but we can't see it. Yep, car derailed. Well, that was fun. Right, okay. That was an ending. Well, Maris Pass next. Dash 9, West Chorus to Red Eagle. Again, not sure how far that is. But we'll start it. Red Eagle from... didn't see that. Anyways, here we are. Ready to go in our very angular... I'm not sure what type of train this is. Obviously the slightly more modern one, I guess, in terms of we get in train sim world. So let's put some forward in, brakes released, and let's get ready to go. Oh yeah, it comes towards you for throttle in this train. There we go. It's an intermodal train. I don't know what that means, but okay. Now in the UK we just have our standard passenger train, freight train, and shunter. 3 trains do their specific jobs. I'm guessing intermodal means it does both passengers and freight. Something I don't get too often in the UK, but obviously that's what it means. So yeah, I'm sure you can see Amtrak running this kind of stuff up and down the line. Alright, just pulls containers, fair enough. Not sure if you got that or not, but random popping in my headset there from the sound. Something I'm not definitely had in a little while. But yeah. Right, so we are over speed, at least we're on the speed limit right now, 74. Whistle. Alright, because there's a crossing here, which you do need to alert for, that's fine. And the bell is a separate button down here. Perfect. Sheesh, there's some sound effects for the cars there. It's that one same squeaking sound over and over again. Welcome to the stream, Richard. How you doing? How are you doing, man? Great seeing you yesterday, I have to say. Have you checked out my video on the LNER yet? It's the one I did yesterday. Yeah, I thought I'd do some train simulators today. And it's like these guys got me playing a bit of Train Simulator, Microsoft Train Simulator, the original sim from 2001, 2002. And there you go, that'll pass the point now. And then from there, the vehicles will cross across again. Yeah, no worries, man. It was good talking to you yesterday. So that was the least I could do, sticking a little link to your channel in the top bar there. So again, not sure how long this bit of track is, but it looks like it may go on for a little while. I think I may switch over to Train Sim World in a bit. Maybe use the US track in that. Yeah, I think I'll do that now. So if I quickly go back to the main menu, let's go for a bit of Train Sim World now. Guess I'll get a bit more modern outside of the original Train Simulator and Dovetail Games Train Simulator. So I will quickly switch to a black screen momentarily. Yeah, I've completely ruined my display setup. You three can go. You can also go. That should leave me with gameplay and a bunch of windows. We'll close Microsoft Train Simulator. And yes to that. Cool, so I'll play a bit of Train Sim World now. Sure, no worries. How's Grantham? How are you doing out there? Let's go for Train Sim World TS6 Heavy Haul. And cool. People watching the video, give me a route to do in Train Sim World. So I've got all of the DLCs, including the GP40, the train one. But yeah, I do have the others. You've got the default game itself, the TS6 Heavy Haul. You've got the Great Western Railway. You've got Rapid Transit. You've got New York. And you've got the West Somerset. You guys decide which ones I do next. Of course, it'll be black screen for a moment whilst this game decides to load, if it wants to or not. That'll take a couple of moments, as it always does. There we go. So switch gameplay to TS2 prototype. And in a second, you guys should be able to see my screen. As always though, takes a couple of seconds. There we go. Right, you guys should be able to see that now. Dovetail Games' logo. Dovetail, what a company. Nah, I've generally got quite good relations with the company itself actually. A lot of developers there, I do not mind too much. So yeah, you guys decide, which route do we go for? Do we go for the West Somerset Railway, Rapid Transit, Great Western Railway, NEC New York, or CSX Heavy Haul. You guys decide. I've got all 5. CSX it is. Start you up. Let's go for a service in the GP40. Weather's fine. Let's go find a service. Manifest Cumberland to Indianapolis. That'll do. So that'll take a couple of moments to load. And the actual operation of these trains aren't generally too bad. Fairly simple to get going. We'll be honest, CSX Heavy Haul is not the actual route I used a lot in Trains in World. The only time I really got into it was back when I was back when it first released, basically. Back when it was like the main routes to drive. But after that, a little bit quiet kind of thing. Logged into it like every once in a while, but not really a route I've driven too much in recent times, so it would be nice to kind of get back into it, I guess, look into the actual sceneries and that kind of stuff. So, when that game loads, and then we'll get straight into it. Cool, objective complete. Let textures load. And let's get going. So, you go to full. So your brake, you say neutral. Right, forward, brakes off, throttle goes up. Try not to put too much power in the engine, because that's just going to blow it up. Man, this train really isn't too powerful. Right, I'll let the train go down to neutral for the moment. There we go, 0 amps. Let's push it back in power again. So, full throttle temporarily. Just gets going. Even that's not enough for it. The thing is, I put it in too much power for too long. This thing does blow up. Brakes have all been released. Now that one hasn't, okay, fair enough. And maybe that's why we weren't able to move. There we go. Now it's all sorted. And there we go. We can now make some very slow progress. Come on, train, you can do it. There we go. There we go. Now getting some movement in. The one thing I don't like about these US trains is, yes, they're powerful, but gosh, they take some power to get started. It's not like the UK Class 66, where they basically carry the same load, but with only one engine. That's because the engine management itself actually works. Okay, fair enough, probably need 2 sheds on this, but it will know how to get going on its own, kind of thing. This can be a little bit slow on the power at times. Otherwise, graphically, this game does still stand out as the #1 train simulator. Have to say, this game is very beautiful to look at. So, full throttle now. That should get us up to 35 at least. Top speed of this train won't be the highest in the world because, again, it's a fairly underpowered train this for the heavy haul. I think this is more used for like smaller loads kind of thing over shorter distances. If we actually walk around the cab a bit, let's go down at the front actually. There we go. as you leave Cumberland Yards. There you go, a little fast right now, so cut power, we will slow down. Maybe a little bit of braking as well just to assist with it. So if I do that. There we go, release the throttle, release the brakes. Put a little bit of throttle and just get the speed back up again. Man, we ain't accelerating that much, aren't we? There you go, a bit of a jump. But, probably a bit of wheel slippage, if anything. Steering goes down again, although I'm not going to slow down to 15 just to get back up again. I'll happily run at these points at full speed, because we're not going to derail or anything. It's the one thing the simulator doesn't do right. To be fair, it's one thing that any train simulator really doesn't do properly, and that is derailing. We'll cut power out, put some initial braking in. And since we are about to cross some points, I shall use some horns, just to warn people, as well as the bell when we cross it. But very much doubt there'll be any car waiting, because AR cars just don't exist in this world anymore. They've been removed by Dovetail games to assist with lag issues. Right, what have I done here? Why aren't we going anywhere? Alright, car's on that bridge in distance there, but yeah, definitely not going anywhere at the moment. But throttle in, just try and force the train down. But we ain't going very far. Yeah, like I said, these US trains aren't exactly my go-to for this sort of stuff. So yes, we are moving, but actual acceleration and progress is very slow. These trains really are a little disappointing at times. Are we rolling downhill? Is this just a train get? Yeah, it's just the fact it's stretched. There we go. Use that to our advantage. Push from that. Train springing off itself. Get that momentum going. Yeah, I know I've broken the train. There we go. Had to spring it off itself just to get any sort of momentum going. These trains are really not my go-to. I think you guys can tell that by now. There we go. Making progress now. We are actually continuing with our journey. Would be also be quite nice to actually be able to like climb into this sort of thing as well and just sit here and watch. Would be nice to get that sort of view. Put the sander on. Sure. Guess we'll give that a go. Sander is there. And eventually the speed limit will increase and let's go back to full throttle again. Cool. Cheers for that, lame kid. Welcome to Stream Gaming of Unknown. How are you doing today? And of course, a few more points we need to go through. The only reason speed I'm guessing is so slow is because we are going through the town with so many actual points for us to cross through as well. Can I blow the horn? Sure. Go a little bit of distance as well. Have it blow past as we go through it past as well. Yeah, I don't expect this to be the loudest in the world, unfortunately. Where is the bell switch? Yeah, unfortunately what's the free can again? Free cam. There's the 8 key. And that just lets you go to anywhere in the world. For example, this petrol station over here. And you just sit here and watch how train go past. If you can even see it, of course. Answer being, yes you can. Need to wait for it to come down. There it is. Bit of frosting as well. So where's the bell switch? Bell off, there we go. And we should be able to now leave train in full throttle without any slowing down. They should make a Norfolk Southern train in Worlds. The only thing I'd say is, what's the actual audience for that? I mean, I've never had Norfolk Southern. I'm not gonna be honest with you. It's not a train I've ever heard of, so I don't know like who would be the most interested in that kind of route. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to trains in Worlds, they got to make routes that a lot of people find interesting. The majority of its fan base. I mean, the TS6 Heavy Haul wasn't exactly the most popular in the world. And so, same for Norfolk Southern. You try and find enough people to actually like care about it for it to be like worthwhile to make. Because it takes a while to build these maps, don't forget. The level of detail that they need to put onto it. Right, so I'll carry on. It's 11 miles to Heinemann, although a little while till we actually come to any form of stopping. There we go. Bit more throttle, now speeding to go up to 40. And there we go, put a little bit less throttle now, so trying to start to slow down a bit. Going a little bit fast at the moment. Do need to be wary of that. If I go to the map quickly, got a long way to go before the end of the route. Long journey ahead of us is this one. Right, so speed is up to 50 now. I'm not sure if the train can even go up to 50, so best leave it on full throttle at this point now. And there we go. Trying the other tracks as well. Going the opposite direction towards the area. I can't remember the name of it. What was it called? What was it called? Nope, I do not remember. I do not remember. I've not been able to remember that name for ages. I even said it earlier in the stream like 10 minutes ago, but I've just gone and forgotten it again. It's just my life in general. I have to say, frames are definitely taking a bit of a hit here. How long will we be driving for? God, at least another hour or so. You picked this route. You picked the longest one. But the frame rates, I have to say, isn't exactly on our side at the moment. Down to the river down below. But, yeah. Frames could definitely do a bit of work. And there's a train. So yeah, we're on one side of the valley. Right on the other. What is free cam? Again, it's the 8 key. It lets you go everywhere. So I can literally go up to the top of the mountain if I wanted to. Again, it's the 8 key. The number 8. There you go, another train on the other tracks. How long does it take to download the game? I don't know. I downloaded it coming up to a year ago now, so I have no idea. I don't remember. Anyways, got the train here on the other tracks going past. Obviously a coal train. Cumberland Yard, that's it. Train's going to Cumberland Yard. Oh, yeah, the train gets you locomotives all the time. So you've got this one I'm in right now, the GP40, which is a separate DLC. But yeah, you've then got the GP38, the GP... Gosh, I'm never going to be able to remember that. There's 3 trains you get from standard. The train simulator is GP42. Yeah, so that's what I'm in right now, the GP40-2. That one's a separate DLC you have to pay for. And then you get this train out of it. Thanks, James. Much appreciated. Glad you do enjoy my videos. Like I said, at the end of the day, I make them because people enjoy them. So, it's the main reason that keeps me going. But yeah, much appreciated, man. How you doing today? Man, how long is there left of this journey? We're just over halfway at best. Still got a long way to go. Of course, this game is starting to lag out a bit as well. Not taking the best of frames at the moment. It's definitely taking a bit of a hit. Then after that, I think I'll go back to Train Simulator 18 again, do a few more of those before we end the stream for today. So, thanks, James. Again, much appreciated. Glad you do enjoy the videos. Whether or not I'm the best person ever, that's up for debate. Cheers, James. Much appreciated. And yeah, hope to see you again in the future as well, in a future live stream. Yeah, this time it is just a case of sitting here, waiting. A long time to go until we get to the end of this route. I mean, what, 0.8 miles till Mance? That's just the next leg of our journey. It's got a long way to go left. I'm looking at my speed at the moment. Getting a bit weird that. Obviously got some wheel slippage somewhere, but yeah, something's definitely acting up right now. Well, it calms down now, but yeah, for a moment there, it was just weird. Right, what are these things? Right, just pallet loading, but yeah, bit of wheel slippage or something going on. Trail's acting very funny for a couple of seconds there. Obviously, that's not the most effective flight in the world either. I can barely see it when you're maybe like 2 meters away. But still a fair bit to go left. Through the tunnel where the train seems to be a lot brighter than it should be. Like that genuinely is just a mismatch of colours there. But yeah, if carrying it to the front of our train. There we are. And carrying our journey out of how long is there even left actually to go? A little bit left to go, not the most though. Thank you 221120 for subscribing there. Now, for some reason, my train will not go again. Because I seem to... I'm not very good when it comes to the brakes on these trains. This whole train in general, the GP4... The US trains actually just full stop. Not my go-to for this kind of stuff, I have to say. Trying to get the train to push forward. Get some sort of power in behind it. Actually get these trains to head out. There you go, making progress now. Very slow, but making progress. Come on, train. Surely you can get some sort of power going on. I mean, there's a downhill stretch of track as well, like, come on. These trains really aren't the best in the world, these US ones. If we can get some sort of movement going. 0.3. 4, there we go, there we go. So we're going to make some forward movements. There we go. Finally. Let that get some speed again and get going. So it shouldn't be too far away now from the end of the route. So we've got one more waypoint to go. And then finally I can finish off one of these CS6 heavy haul routes. Something I've never done before because they're just so long. And like I said, we'll do a few more train simulator routes before bringing the stream to an end. finally, we've got a, this chat's getting weird, but, yeah, 6 miles until we do stop at Rockwoods. And finally bring this one to an end. Yeah, not sure what's going on with this chat at the moment. So if you just change your channel name, or what is going on? Yeah, I'm a little confused. Is James Kirkham and Jokey Lokey Poems, are you the same person? If you're still here. Otherwise, soon we'll be at our destination at the end of this route. Yeah, still not quite sure what's going on. So I'm assuming, because I'm looking at your profile picture, Jokey Lokey Poems and James Kirkham are the same people. Likewise, man, if you're on Discord, then, yeah, feel free to send a message. I'm happy to chat to you at some point. My Discord information should be in the description. Right, so, yeah, 2 miles to go now till we arrive. Not too long till we arrive. And so I just checked where we're stopping at, which is on the points, where there is a train waiting for us to arrive at. And I'll assume once we're there, we'll signal then turn green. So, yeah, we're taking the power off. We're just going to leave it on the cruise for a bit. Then bring the train to a halt, and then that'll bring to an end my first time really doing an entire full-length route on this blimming simulator. Again, I've never done a full-length route in the initial CSX Heavy Haul. This is a massive 2-hour-long journey. So, yeah, it's definitely dragging out a while. Alright, 1 mile to go. I'll soon think about braking, because in this train, I want it exact. There is no way I'm going to have it in me to start and stop over and over again if I do miss the point by a couple of meters. It's not something I ever want to do, because driving this train, unfortunately, ain't the easiest task in the world. So for some braking in, just bring the speed down a bit before we go into any stronger braking. There we go, that'll do. Right, so it's just after the points. Do we need to come to a halt? Right, so I'll come up to the area now where the points are. And about 30 miles per hour, that should be alright in terms of approach speed. Maybe put the throttle in at 2, just so that train doesn't actually come to a halt in this stretch here. There we go, a couple hot yards to go. Right, so timing these brakes, I mean we're already way into like the actual train stopping bit. Of course got to lag a bit as well when we enter. Put some initial reduction braking on it. I mean how effective are these brakes? I don't know. I can stop and start over and over again if I do make like the odd error, but whether or not I really want to, for crying out loud. Okay, well I'm forced to brake now. Whether or not this was the right timing, we'll find out. Full application on both brakes. Come on. Before that signal, I think will count. And... whew, we actually did it. 1 hour, 27 minutes. Man, that was long. Too long. But, yeah. Right, a bit of train simulator as promised. So, exit out of that, make sure it all confirmed. Sheesh, plenty of levels going up. Oh yeah, I'm not waiting for the 1910 schedule, not in a million years. Exit out of that. And let's load up a train simulator. Again, loading times in that sim can be a little slow at times, but what can I do about it, really? Alright, so if we exit out of that now, and switch over to Train Simulator. And there we go, sim's now loading. Take a couple of moments, then I'll get it visible on the stream. So you have a black screen for a few seconds. Go. So if I now make it visible for you guys watching the stream, so gameplay, switch you to, where are you, Railworks. Okay, and now you guys should be able to see what's going on in just a second. Should be a cutscene. There we go. Right. First of all, I have the map pedals and the theme in the background for his Train Sim Live. Have to drive, and as always, if you see any routes or trains you want me to drive, stick it in the chat, and I'll happily do it as a request. So I'll give it a few seconds. And while we wait, let's just quickly go to my Trainz page. So yeah, 6 pages of trains, plenty for you guys to choose from. Likewise, is there any in particular I would quite like to drive? 4, 5, 6 would be interesting. Otherwise, yeah, got a nice variety of trains from basically anywhere in the world. Although, as always, a lot of German, a lot of US, lots of British, as you get in these train simulators. As you get in Train Simulator. Cool. So that'd be interesting to drive the, where is it? The 4, 5, 6. Go for you. And you are going to be where? Southern. So if I go for South London Network, do we have Clapham Junction? Yes, we do. Clapham Junction to London Bridge, London Victoria. Fast or slow? I'm not sure yet. Let's go for the fast train, might as well. Yep, as always, loading time takes forever. Man, it's the one thing about the simulator that I think gets on everyone, and that's the fact that it takes so long to load. Shan't be too long now. Shan't be too long. what's the name? This is Dovetail Games Trainz Worlds TS2018. Yeah, welcome to the stream, Joseph and Moniak. Moniak? How am I pronouncing that? I do apologise. Right then, of course, South London Network 465 driver achievement, but of course I'd do it at night time, wouldn't I? Right, well, brakes release, whoops, goes forward, accepts the AWS, yeah, power goes up, 50 miles per hour, let's go. Alright, so speeding up to 60. Wish I had it in daytime, but unfortunately that's something I can't do anymore. Number 2 for nighttime lights. Have cab lights on as well, might as well, just for the sake of it. And then, yeah, it should be a fairly simple drive. Queenstown we are stopping at, so I will get ready for that in a moment. As for timing, I don't know if we're going to be on time or too late or anything. To be fair, this is a free roam scenario kind of thing, so I don't think we have like proper set timings that I need to keep to like too strongly before it like forces me out or anything. So I'll put some basic braking on. Whoops, going a bit fast down the points, that's fine. And what time do I actually arrive at Victoria? In about 14 minutes, it's not too bad, and sheesh, a bit of a violent set of points that. Now, do I stop at Queenstown? Yeah, looks like I do on the fast track, so I'll set the brakes for that now. Full service, let's get straightened down. Release brakes, put a bit of power in to get to the end of the platform. Have to say the brakes on, they're not like too ineffective so far. Sometimes I know the brakes can sometimes be a little bit 50-50 in these trains. So the 4, 5, 6 doesn't seem too bad. Train stops there. I'm going to miss that slightly. But should be alright for passengers coming on and off the train here. As long as most of the doors open. Yeah, it's just the front cars that don't. Everything else is fine. And of course, we're in Southern. Oh, no, you're a 2-car train. In that case, I can use most... Yeah, I don't need to use much of the platform if I'm stopping anywhere. 2-car stops, probably not even a sign for that. Bear in mind, most trains on here are full length. Didn't realize I was picking up such a small train when I spawned it up. I'll keep that in mind for the next time. So doors will be closing now. Brakes released. Off we go. Right, so carry on. Buffers here. Sheesh. Alright, we have to keep an eye on that. Are we not actually going to Victoria? Are we stopping short of Victoria? Because yeah, no, station's not for a couple miles forward. Unless the track's not been actually built that far for this route. Yep, the track just ends short. Boy, we don't actually get to go to Victoria there. That's disappointing. Let's go back to main menu. Man, that was... Why would they give us Victoria as an option if the line doesn't even go to Victoria? That is annoying. Okay, we'll go for the 456 again. Let's try a different line then. So, South London Network, Clapham Junction. Let's go the other way then. Let's go down to New Cross Gate. Is that an option? It's on the overground. I'm trying to think though. It's on the East London line from South London. Not sure how long that is, but it's worth a go. And of course, let's make it daytime as well. Make it worthwhile. There we go. Cool. Morning rush hour. Well, it's just after rush hour when traffic's starting to lighten up a bit. Right then, let's see if we can get onto the South London network from here. That goes forward first. Release, AWS, go. Whether or not I've already loaded passengers, or assume they already have. And it looks like if we are leaving this side... let's make sure they unloaded the track layout here. Yes, that's Battersea over there. Which means the northern tracks. Yes, this is north. Because that's the overground tracks. That leads to... goes outside of crosses the Thames. Goes outside of Stamford Bridge. There goes the Thames. And so whether or not we can actually get to the East London tracks from here, I genuinely don't know, if I'm going to be honest with you. We'll carry on driving though. Next station, Wandsworth. Right, so start slowing down for Wandsworth now. Wandsworth Common. And again, we're only a 2-car train, so I don't really need to slow down, use the forehand for the platform for this one. Hang on, chat's a bit fuzzy right now. Better play PUBG or Fortnite. Not a game I'm too interested in myself personally. Sure, no worries, dude. Enjoy the World Cup. Man, the game earlier, England, Panama. Beautiful game. I mean, I do watch football myself. Very much supporting England in this World Cup. And maybe not this time. But England do have a really good chance of actually maybe doing well in a World Cup in the next, like, 12 years or so. If we keep Southgate going and if we do keep our young players. I mean, have to say... Some very good gaming today against Tunisia. Sorry, Panama. I mean, they're not exactly the best side in the world, and we did also concede that one goal late on, which was me side like relaxing a little. But yeah, very fun game to watch that. AWS. A bit late for that, I see. Right, well, let Trainz stop, and then we'll go again. What have I done wrong here? There we go. Getting going again, so next thing I need to be careful about. Next stop is Ballum. And our arrival's at 9:54, so about 20 minutes. Obviously, we can get to New Cross from here. Alright, I'll start braking now. And there we go, stopping at our next station. I have to say, these trains, the 456, definitely an older one on the system. I believe they do still work in the UK network rail. But obviously not so many of them anymore. Also quite like the dot matrix display here. Not perfect, doesn't show like all your trains like when they're arriving and whatnot, but not bad. They're not too bad. Obviously this is the 4-rail system, so I assume fast trains go down the middle here. Tracks are a bit straighter than the side ones that go split out side by side. Off we go. Oh, she's holding a mobile phone. I've never noticed that little detail. She's actually using it as well. At least she's just staring blankly at it. It's a Windows phone. Those are the tiles for Windows Phone. Man, you can kind of make out some of the logos as well, I have to say. There we go, speeding a bit now, so we'll just bring back the throttle and just use the brakes slow down a tiny bit. Oh, you actually have to let go of the brakes panel for it to actually activate. I did not know that of Train Simulator. Train Sim was a bit more fluid with that. There we go, we can now go up to full speed again. Streatham Hill, also being our next stop on the line. As for that track on the left, I want to stay on the ground, but I'm not quite sure. I'll have a quick look at the sign. At least the yeah, we'll have a look at the thing. We do have a quick look. Obviously it's a terminus station for somewhere. Doubt it's Wimbledon though. That would be quite a large station down here. Right, so we'll come to a halt now. Some staggered platforms going on here. And there we go, welcome to the station. Man, I wouldn't mind, I might have to check if I own it or if it's even a Train Simulator routes, but the North London line out of the Great Northern London line, that one would be quite interesting to get on Train Sim World. I have to Train Sim World or even Train Simulator. I mean, that's the 313s out of Moorgate. Right, this is a train depot area. That's why it's a bit fancy here. But yeah, getting the 313s in Train Simulator, they probably already are in there. But out of Moorgate, it'd be quite interesting, especially the architectural stations in that area. Since the former station like Crouch End as well, when that one closed all those years ago. I mean, you've got the one outside of the Emirates Stadium. Can't remember the name of it. Something Park. And you've got the other one as well, just before Finchley Road. And you've got your Old Street and Islington stations underground as well, which again built by London underground style. But when the Northern Line pulled out, it basically just left it basically really old and grotty. I mean, I recently went to the station. I'm actually going to do a video on that soon. The old train in Britain, 313 on that director track. But yeah, it's very gloomy, that entire line. Hang on, what lights one? Oops, thank you very much for subscribing / following. Let's get your name up when it appears on screen. Thank you, Rodeo George, for following on Twitch. Much appreciated. So how you doing, man? Welcome to stream. Hope you're all good. Man, I've got to be very careful, because I assume it's the Q key, AWS, but I don't know for sure. Yeah, it's 30 here, so I will need to slow the train down a bit. Alright, West Norwood is our next station. Yep, it's the queue. Same queue as in Train Sim World, and basically in any other train simulator ever built at this time. I mean, playing Microsoft Train Simulator a couple of hours ago on stream, you can kind of see where the commonality of keys come across all simulators. Or because at the end of the day, it's all based around what Kuju did around their initial train simulator all them years ago. Right, start slowing down for West Norwood. Achievements unlocked, South London Network uphill battle. And unlock. Yeah, normally I'd be driving a 4-car train on this track, but selected the 2-car one just out of the first one on the list. 8-car, oh no, there's a 2-car stop. There are 2-car stops here, so these trains can technically come here. So as to why I'd want to stop over there, I have no idea. But yeah, this is someone's local station, but not exactly a part of London I'd ever really been to, full stop. I mean, South London is somewhere I've barely touched. I've been through it, like in a car or whatnot, but there's not many parts of South London I've really been to. Yeah, track speed is 22, not exactly the fastest line either in the world. Track speed is 22. Right, so back up into power. Right, Gypsy Hill's coming up now. And then Crystal Palace. Oh yeah, you've got the BBC television tower there as well. So actually you are coming into a fairly major part of London, just not in the most central of areas. So some basic braking in. Yeah, very quiet platforms again, as you don't expect to find too many people at this station. And there we go. And stop. Passengers change. And we'll be leaving in a second. Whoops. Probably should keep the brakes on as well. Stop us from rolling with the doors open. That was slightly awkward. And there we go. Brakes now can come off as we put some power in. Next station will be Crystal Palace. Whoops, press Q. Obviously right on the bit of the lag there. We're now going underground for a section as well, into a tunnel. Yeah, desk light should do us for now. And braking comes up as we leave the tunnel and enter Crystal Palace, which is right on the outside of it. There you go, this little hole dug in the ground here. Slight bit of speeding on the points, but that's fine. And welcome to the station. A very narrow platform, actually. Obviously, this is an overground station as well. Again, one I've never been to. Let's double check the underground map for this station. Where even are we? Wandsworth Roads, Clapham High Street, no, Denmark. Here's not this line. Crystal Palace. Ah, okay. Right, I can also see the kind of route we're also going to make as well. So, yeah, if we're coming in with Crystal Palace, so trains on the overground coming from this side and terminates here. They never go straight. There you go, you got the buffer here. So I assume overground trains terminate here before returning, and then use like one on the platform as well. Oh, there you go, platform here as well. So only mainline trains carry on into Clapham Common and Clapham Junction through that side, which does make sense. I've just never actually really seen it before. Or at least I've never really seen this bit of route before. So we'll go. Let's have a look at the television station, the original BBC television station tower. Just a budget tower, really. And then, yeah, your standard London housing, all rows, all the same. Cool, so back in. And so if I check the map I've got now, the one I'm doing a tube map challenge on, so I've got a lot of stations scribbled out. See, it's Sydenham, Forest Hill, Honour Oak Park, Broxley, and then New Cross Gate. So 5 stations, all now on the overground stretch track. Right, so I never knew the lines actually connected like that from South London. It's not something the underground map really advertises, but to be fair, they've stopped kind of advertising that stuff ever since they removed the Thames link from the maps, have to say. Ever since they removed Thames link, they'll probably claim to make more room on the map. In reality, it's just because they didn't want any non-London lines on it, really. Non-TfL operated lines. I mean, back when Thameslink was basically TfL owned, barely had any money to do anything itself anyway. Although in recent years, as you guys know, as I mentioned earlier in the stream, Thameslink have really seen like a boost in financial backing with new trains, new platforms, and the whole line in general just getting new like everything. So coming to the station now. Yeah, we're not going to stop in time. By not being in a train, I've kind of just let it almost overshoot there. Probably just about make it in the end of the platform. Front carriage will now not open. Let's have an actual look at the passenger cabin from this kind of view. So yeah, front of the train's that way, and then passenger cars, you get forwards, full service, and then passenger cabin, it's alright, I guess. It's basically a standard kind of thing what you expect for 80s trains. I'm not quite sure why the stream was lagging for a second there. Hopefully it's now fixed. And there we go. And then, yeah, let's go. Right, Forest Hill next. A little bit of a pitchside football thing going on there. Obviously for like school or something. That'll probably be a school to be fair, where it's located. Alright, getting ready to start slowing down for the station now. Forest Hill, on a roke, and then I believe it's New Cross Gate. And therefore soon be on the line where the London Underground used to run many years ago on the sheesh, track's a bit covered here. Right, that's not the best job from Dovetail Games, actually, I have to say. But as I was saying, where the London Underground used to go to on the East London line, with the old A stock. Because for those who don't know, the Hammersmith and City line and the East London line were both former parts of the Metropolitan line, back when it was basically being constructed. They built all the way up until, the Amersham branch, those who know, the Amersham branch used to go all the way to two other places like miles away from London. Uxbridge branch was meant to continue through Uxbridge, but they kind of ran out of money. And the Aldgate branch, whilst it terminated at Aldgate, there was also a bypass for trains that could then go all the way to Barking. The district line then went up to Upminster and then all the way to Brighton, but the Metropolitan line trains went to Upminster. Sorry, to Barking. And then there was also a branch down to the East London line as well, to New Cross Gate and New Cross. But then eventually the Hammersmith and City line took over from... Oh yes, and also Metropolitan line went to Hammersmith as well. But no, the Hammersmith and City eventually took over the line from Hammersmith to Barking. And then the East London line took over the... I can't remember where it actually started. That branch. It ended at New Cross Gate. It split off, but Shadwell, I believe it was. Shadwell, Whitechapel used to start at. But yeah, the A stock then ran the line right until its closure in 2006, when the line was then brought into the overground. So you have the East London line, the North London line, and the Goblin as part of the overground. And then I don't remember the name of the other ones. You've got the Southern something line, and I don't actually have any idea of what the name of the train line to... The one that goes through White City. Not what I said, Sea Shepherd's Bush. I have no idea what the line used to be called in that one. That's a gap in my own knowledge. Another station I'm basically going to miss. On a Oak. Will the Railcar even make it is a question. I don't think it will. Don't think it will. Yep, that's not counted, unfortunately. In reality, I'll have to get a signalman to get me to do this reverse, but in Train Simulator, not required. You can just mess around however you need to. So let the passengers now board and deboard. And then we'll just hang out in the station for a little bit as well. There we go. And then she at the back, I don't think it's going to make... Oh, no, it's the guy, sorry. I do apologise. Actually, you never know these days. But, yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't make it because I just stopped so far down the platform. Right, on a Oak Park that was. Let's carry on our journey. Brockley. And then New Cross Gates. And there we go. Won't do brakes just yet. We shall do in shortly. There we go, Brockley and New Cross Gates in 0.8 miles. And I think once you're over at New Cross Gates, I think I'll then end the stream here because I'm starting to get a bit tired now. I've been doing this for a couple of hours streaming. Since 3, it's now 7:30. So yeah, about 4.5 hours today. A bit longer than I'd normally stream for, unless I'm doing like some really long flights. Which then means I can just kind of sit back, relax for a little bit as well. So, stop train. Change over. So that's station information. Does that actually mean anything? Or is that just the same? Yeah, it's just the same general guff you'd get on any station. Something travel information. I'm not sure what that first word is. It's probably the name of the place it's meant to be at. But it's just been so low texture to kind of hide its existence. There you go, money in the bank. That's the kind of adverts we all like. Right, one stop to go. Man, some of these characters. There you go, headphones guy. Jamming to some tunes here. And then we've got the bouncer guy who's gone and disappeared. Oh no, there he is. Yeah, he works in some London bar at nights, obviously. Whoops, not that one. I want to do the throttle, but even then I don't need to do throttle just yet. Alright, yellow signal. It's just a, right, 2 yellows, which means the next one will be a single yellow. And then after that will be red. 2 yellows, yellows mean warning. And then red means danger. Right, so New Cross Gates, just up ahead now. Where the East London line used to terminate once upon a time. Please don't spad. I may have misjudged this one poorly. I may go through that red signal. Although if I stop in front of it, I can recover. Come on. Hey. We've reached the end of the scenario. I can't complain then. What'll be nice about it though. Man, just in front of that signal. Still yellow, so we never passed it. But yeah, let's go at least get finish this one off. And it brakes. Doesn't matter which brakes I use. We're terminating here anyway. The underground, I believe, used to terminate in these first two platforms, and then these two platforms here. Or actually, no. I'll take that back. I have no idea. Honestly, no idea. There we go. Welcome to the New Cross Gate. This station actually has a bit of detail in it. Has been well done. And this is standard information from here. Cool. So, open doors. And end the scenario here. So, let's go through the end of route information. Got the unlocked achievements. South London Network uphill battle. Stops 0 at 1 stations. Yeah, it's just doesn't matter. It's not a real scenario. So, move train once while unloading. That's when we started rolling. Motion brakes 4 times. Penalty brakes applied twice. And speeding 8 times. Engines and 4, 5, 6. About half an hour in that. 12 miles, 20 kilometers driven. But, yeah. That wasn't too bad overall. I think that can now bring to an end our long train stream this. So, hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Ooh, I do apologise. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Leave a like if you did. Do subscribe. And I shall see you next time. Goodbye.